It was early evening when I returned home after a long day at work. I had just started unloading groceries from my truck when I noticed HOA Karen standing across the street, gesturing wildly and pointing toward my yard. Her teenage son trailed behind her, phone in hand, clearly filming the scene for posterity. Apparently, she had decided that my dog's barking, completely normal and within legal limits, was a personal affront to her comfort and the peace of the neighborhood. "You can't let that dog bark like that," she shouted, her face red with indignation. "It's illegal. I demand you control it immediately." I paused, carefully setting down the groceries. "Karen, my dog is fully within city ordinances. You have no legal right to dictate the behavior of my dog. Your harassment is completely inappropriate." Her son muttered nervously, "Mom, maybe we shouldn't—" "Quiet," she snapped. "Rules are rules. You'll pay for this." Lisa appeared behind me, calm and authoritative as always. "Ma'am, repeated harassment of your neighbors and attempts to enforce rules you imagine are illegal. Step back immediately, or law enforcement will be involved." Karen ignored her, stomping closer and waving her arms dramatically. "Everyone agrees with me. This is outrageous." I decided it was time to turn the situation to my advantage. "Karen, if you're concerned about dog noise," I said, smiling, "we can do a little demonstration." I walked over to the fence, where my dog was happily wagging its tail, and released another dog from the yard, a friend's dog we had visiting for the afternoon. Both dogs immediately began barking, wagging, and playing together. I then looked toward Karen. "You wanted noise?" I asked. "Here's some for you." Her eyes widened in shock as the dogs ran around, barking happily, tails wagging, completely unfazed by her shrieks. Her son muttered again, clearly embarrassed, "Mom, I told you." Karen tried to shout over the barking, but it was impossible. She stomped her feet, waving her arms, but the neighbors had come outside to watch the spectacle. They quietly laughed, recognizing that her complaints were absurd and entirely unenforceable. By mid-evening, Karen had slumped back toward her house, muttering about rules, fines, and HOA authority, while her son followed behind, thoroughly embarrassed. The rest of the neighborhood returned to their own yards, sharing quiet chuckles about how entitlement had been spectacularly neutralized by a couple of dogs and a calm, prepared response. I returned to my yard, letting the dogs settle down and enjoying the peace. The lesson was clear. Attempts to assert imagined authority over others' lawful actions are powerless when met with calm, preparation, and a little creativity. Karen had tried to intimidate and disrupt, but in the end, she was the one humiliated. By nightfall, the story of the barking demonstration had spread quietly through the neighborhood. Karen's failed attempt to control my dog had become another cautionary tale. Entitlement may shout, but clever, lawful responses backed by calm authority always prevail. The dogs curled up contentedly, the yard was peaceful, and HOA Karen had once again learned that trying to control situations outside her authority only leads to embarrassment.